And then, like, I gained respect for him during the game with the same respect, with the same lens that everybody's seeing now. What I used to tell the defensive line, and I talked about this on the team meeting, about when I was talking about the Alabama game of is physically you beat your opponent, but I look at this game like war. Guerrilla warfare is real. Guerrilla warfare means I may not never touch you, but I can make you. It's all about how you reacting, right? It's a mental game too. So what I used to tell the defense is, even if a player going down to the ground, you take a chunk out of them. So if your player is tackling them, I want you to come and drop your weight on him as he's falling. That is taking a chunk out of a player. That is slowly but surely trying to break a man's will for 4 quarters. You may not break it in the first, but you may break it in the fourth. So what I used to tell all my defensive tackles is, when I go get a sack, or when the edges go get a sack, or if anybody get a sack, before that dude get the ground, take a chunk out of him. Julian Rochester, 6'6", 330. I'll never forget this. DeAndre Walker was sacking Baker Mayfield, and Julian Rochester, and I was close to the pile because I want to get my chunk in. And then Julian Rochester fell on him. He's one of the biggest human beings I ever seen, 6'6", 330. When he fell on him, I heard Baker Mayfield say, like this breath of will just left his body, right? And I thought, we got him. He got up holding that rib. When that dude got up, that dude said, gotta hit harder than that, BITCHs. Woo-wee. I looked at him and said, hey, can't kill him, gotta beat him. So the Baker Mayfield y'all seeing now, at that moment in time, I gained my respect.
He said you got to hit all that bitches.
Yeah. As he's grabbing his ribs. As he's grabbing his ribs.
Man.
No, as he's as he's grabbing his ribs, man. He got up. And I'm thinking he finna say, Coach. That man said, you gotta hit harder than that, BITCHs. Oh, I said, oh yeah, you cold, boy. You got it. You got my respect.
Wow. Man, you know, I love to hear that, because a lot of people only know the moment, us on the outside, only know the moment what you said to him after the game.
Right.
Not even realizing between those lines, there still was a level of respect.
For sure.
For him as a player and what he was out there doing.
For sure. I had utmost respect for him after that, because that second half we got after him.
Yeah.
That second half we got after him, we was tearing them up, hitting them, and my guys were doing exactly what I told them to do. And we couldn't break them. And I watched that defense break a lot of guys. And we couldn't break them. And honestly, that viral moment, I've done a lot of interviews after the game. It's usually, okay, Devin, come over here. All right, boom. You ready? All right, go. All right. Y'all ready? Let's do it. That instance, I guess since it was a more media game, everything was live reaction. Cameras just rolling. So I'm yelling to the mans, yo, humble yourself, as he walking by, thinking that the interview dude gonna be like, all right, you good? Are you ready? Let's do it. I never knew that
they were catching the whole thing.
It was hot.
Yeah.
So honestly, I'm glad I said.
Glad you said
no, in my mouth? Come on, man.
Normally, it would have been a lot dirtier than the way you just said it today, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, look, Devin. Like B-Rich said it earlier, man, when can we get you back? Because we didn't even dig into current day UJ. Because I was going through your videos and, doing some research on you and just watch. It seems like to me, and this is something we're going to have to talk about a lot of time because we already, another time because we already hit our number. But it seems like you really feel like those tight ends need to be utilized a lot more in the passing game.
They do. If those same tight ends went to Penn State, they'd be up for the awards. Do you see them all on ESPN? But that just, like, you don't find, like, and I've been in a lot of locker rooms from college to NFL to UFL. The reason why I call them guys avatars because I done seen as many tight ends as you gonna see. You don't find too many like that.
250 something outrunning DBs.
But it's their bodies. They lean. Their arms touch their knees.
Yeah.
Right? They not high hip. Like they are perfectly built human beings. Yeah. And they speed sets them apart. Like when you got two freaks like that, they always open. Yeah. They're like, it's the same way, when I played with DeAndre Hopkins, he's still
beast.
He's still D4, man, I'm always open. Like, and we talking about a guy that got, huge hands to the point his hands so big they're mutated. He got to cut them. Like DeAndre Hopkins can't go get a 3X glove. He got to do the 3X and then cut it so it expand. God didn't make his hands the same. So since God didn't make his hands the same and God touched him with a different type of DNA, he's always open. Yeah. So that's how I feel about the tight ends, right? And them guys do such a great job of blocking and making guys get touchdowns and their names in the paper when these guys' names should be in the paper every week. And I just love that. I love that.
Yeah. Hey. Real quick, fast as you can answer it. What's up with our defensive line this year with Georgia?
Young. Yeah, man, like what I told y'all, and I'm trying to say this as quick as possible, what I told y'all about the Notre Dame game and what was going through my head. I said, I'm going to do this move. I'm going to pull it out this time. Like, it's art. It's chess. Right? It's also a mental aspect to it, and it's also a skill aspect to it. Like I say, a defensive end got to at least be a purple belt. You ain't got to be black, but you got to learn how to get them hands up off you. And that take time, right? When you got young edge rushers, that's why the NFL draft a guy that got 2 sacks, but he's 6'6" and ran 4.4. He already got the basis. I can teach him hands. Mm-hmm. But in college, you got to go out of your way in the offseason and get that. These guys young, like Mikael and Jalen and them, I saw a double swipe against Texas with 13. I saw Long going with 11 against Texas. Like, you saw them guys do moves, right? That's why they first-round draft picks. I think Georgia has conditioned the fan base to think that everybody's a first-round draft pick. First-round defensive ends are aliens. You can find a defensive end anywhere in the country when we start talking about drafting guys. When you got 2 guys from your school playing edge going in the first round, you ain't just going to replace that just because a guy was a 5-star. No, a guy got to go get that work. Yeah. So, like, a defensive end know what move to do, when to do it. It's just like boxing. If you never train and you get in a fight, how you going to let your hands go? So these guys just need more time. But in the speed itself, I love what Glenn Schumann doing, though. Like, and the reason why you never see me really get on the coaches is because a coach got to understand his personnel, right? A good coach, this my way or the highway. I run this, can you run it? A great coach like Mike Tomlin, and you done heard him say, what does the player do? Can I adjust it to what he do? Mm-hmm. What Glenn Schumann and Coach Smart are realizing is why I don't really critique them is because they understand what they working with. They know 11 not walking through that door. They know 13 not walking through that door.